Welcome, my dear new and returning Sagittarius souls, to Zodiac Talks Tarot. Here, we explore not only the cards and the stars, but the deeper psychological and spiritual threads that weave through your life. This week's message, titled Sagittarius, Big Opportunity. A new door is about to open, covering August 18th to 24th, is nothing short of transformative. We begin with the sacred sequence of 777, and make no mistake, that number is not a coincidence. In numerology, 777 represents divine awakening, clarity, and spiritual realignment. For Sagittarius, it is as though the cosmos has just turned on the lights in a dimly lit room. Imagine walking half-blind through fog and suddenly someone hands you a pair of glasses. You blink, adjust, and suddenly the path is right there, clear and inviting. That is what this week feels like, a reminder from the universe itself whispering, "Hey Archer, wipe your glasses, the path is clearer than you think." As the week begins, an encounter arrives serious, grounded, and authoritative. This is not someone to brush off, they are not the jester in the court, but the advisor whose words are weighted with experience. For many Sagittarians, this meeting is pivotal. Whether it is a mentor, an official, or someone who simply carries the mantle of wisdom, they point you toward a commitment you cannot take lightly. This isn't about another passing distraction, it's the type of moment where your higher self says, "Pay attention, the universe is speaking through this person." And if you count yourself among the chosen ones, you will know immediately that this is no accident, but a key part of the unfolding story of your year of triumph 2025. Life rarely hands Sagittarians a roadmap. You prefer the adventure of finding your own way, but sometimes destiny slips you a compass, and this figure is exactly that. Out of this encounter arises what I call the threefold gift. First, a chapter of negativity closes. It could be an old struggle, a weight you've carried, or even just that nagging inner critic who finally loses its grip. Second, a flood of clarity washes over you. Questions that once tangled your mind begin to unravel, and suddenly, answers fall into place with ease. Third, and perhaps most importantly, a life-defining decision crystallizes. This is the kind of decision that alters the trajectory of your journey, not in a loud, dramatic way, but in the subtle, powerful sense that one choice leads to 1,000 new doors. Think of it like a novel where the protagonist finally realizes which road to take, the tension lifts, the pace quickens, and the story truly begins to unfold. Now, I must add a little humor here because Sagittarians thrive on honesty mixed with laughter. Many of you might be tempted to brush this off as just another week. But no, this is not the time to procrastinate like a college student facing finals. This is the week where the cosmos is practically handing you a highlighter and circling the words, "Pay attention, commit, decide." You are planting seeds now that will grow into the great forest of your future. And just like with real plants, you cannot expect mangoes if you plant cactus, so choose wisely. This week, destiny is not whispering. It is knocking, loudly, perhaps even kicking the door. Your role, my dear Sagittarius, is simply to open it. When we arrive at this chapter of your week, dear Sagittarius, the story turns toward what I like to call the planting of the seed. Now, this isn't simply about jotting down a decision on paper or making some casual choice that you'll forget about tomorrow. This is much deeper than that. The very act of choosing in this moment is like placing a seed in the fertile ground of your destiny. The roots will travel further than you imagine, and the branches will one day bear fruit sweeter than you expect. Now, let's be honest, many Sagittarians aren't exactly famous for meticulous watering schedules. You might forget to check on that seed from time to time, just like you forget where you left your keys or why you walked into a room. But trust me, even if you don't hover over it every day, this particular seed has a life of its own. It will grow, and in its growth you'll see that your commitment was worth far more than the initial effort. Soon after this act of planting, life brings a gentler blessing news that someone close to you, someone whose struggles have weighed on your heart, finally finds relief. Imagine the heaviness you've carried for them dissolving into the air, like mist under the morning sun. For Sagittarius, whose fire often burns brightly for others, this moment is a reminder of one of life's simplest but most profound truths: we rise together. The relief of another becomes your own relief, their healing echoes back to you, and compassion is confirmed as part of your soul's assignment this week. It is as though the universe is saying, "See, you are not alone in this journey. Your heart beats in rhythm with others." But just as you are beginning to feel lighter, a dream comes to visit you, strange, unusual, yet insistent. It taps you on the shoulder like an old friend who refuses to be ignored. This dream doesn't arrive for entertainment, it comes with a warning. There is a responsibility you've been dodging, perhaps for weeks, perhaps for years. You know the one. You've been treating it like an email you keep marking unread just to buy yourself time. Well, Sagittarius, the cosmos has a sense of humor, but it also has a sense of timing. This is the moment you must deal with it. Ignore it, and you'll regret it, the way you regret skipping coffee on a Monday morning when the whole world feels 3 shades too bright. Face it, however, and you not only protect what belongs to you, but you step into karmic strength. Each act of responsibility accepted becomes a stone laid on the path of your spiritual maturity. And then, almost as if in reward, comes midweek liberation. The air feels different, lighter, freer. That heaviness that had been pressing against your chest seems to dissolve, and suddenly, you can breathe again, fully and deeply. You may find yourself laughing more easily, or dancing in the kitchen even if your only audience is the cat. That is the beauty of Sagittarius energy. It craves freedom like air, and when it finds it, joy rushes in as naturally as sunlight through an open window. This week reminds you that liberation doesn't always come through grand escapes or dramatic gestures. Sometimes it arrives quietly, as the simple, unshakable feeling that you are finally moving in rhythm with the universe once more. There are moments in life when the spiritual world leans in closer, almost as if whispering a secret meant only for you, and this week, Sagittarius, you'll feel exactly that. Around midweek, a profound spiritual experience lights a fire inside you. Suddenly, the idea of sacrifice, which once sounded like deprivation, feels more like an investment in your higher calling. You see, Sagittarius is the sign of expansion, the philosopher and adventurer rolled into one, and this moment reminds you that your true inheritance is not measured in dollars or possessions, but in the widening of your horizons. It's as if the universe has just handed you a telescope and said, "Look farther." And you do. The horizon stretches out, excitement pulses through your veins again, and for the first time in a long time, you sense that life is about to get interesting. Not long after, the guidance you've been waiting for arrives, not in the form of a lightning bolt or a booming voice from the clouds, but through conversations with 2 people, one personal, one official. Perhaps it's a loved one reminding you of your own courage, and perhaps it's an advisor, mentor, or professional who offers a more structured perspective. Together, their words serve as stepping stones across a river you've been hesitant to cross. With their support, you finally make a concrete move. It may feel small at first, like tightening the bowstring, but it is this very action that reveals the target. The archer aims, the arrow flies, and suddenly, possibilities bloom in every direction. Expansion is no longer theoretical, it's practical, alive, unfolding before your eyes. By the end of the week, another gift emerges: courage. And this is not the dramatic kind you read about in epics, but the quieter, braver kind, sitting down for a conversation you've been putting off, facing a conflict you've avoided for far too long. The surprise isn't just that you handle it, but that you handle it with more grace and strength than you ever expected. Psychology reminds us that avoidance feeds fear, while action dissolves it. Here, Sagittarius, you discover that truth firsthand. What once loomed large shrinks before your steady gaze, and in resolving the issue with another, you also resolve something within yourself. This isn't only about problem solving, it's about transformation. Your inner strength shines, your enlightenment deepens, and the universe, ever playful, gives you a knowing nod, as if to say, "See? You were always stronger than you thought." Life has an interesting way of testing our courage, Sagittarius, and this week the test comes in the form of a financial opportunity. Now, don't expect it to arrive wrapped in golden paper with a neat little bow. No, this one shows up more like a puzzle, exciting, yes, but also intimidating. It demands effort, patience, and let's be honest, a little bit of risk. Your first instinct may be to wrinkle your nose and think, is this really worth it? And in true Sagittarian fashion, your second instinct will probably be, well, what if I just go for it? This is where your intuition chimes in with that sly grin only the archer knows, yes if you dare. Remember, you're ruled by Jupiter, the planet of expansion and big leaps, not half measures. Risk is practically woven into your DNA. If Earth signs are busy balancing their checkbooks, you're out there booking flights without a return ticket. That's your nature, and this week, it serves you well. Should you choose to walk through this door, the rewards will go beyond money. By embracing this opportunity, you awaken creativity and talents you didn't even know you had. It's like suddenly discovering you can play the violin after years of only humming in the shower. The universe is playful that way, it reveals hidden gifts when you say yes to growth. Within 4 months, there will be a reason to celebrate, and by 2025, the year of triumph, you'll look back and see how this moment became a turning point. What started as a financial decision blossoms into something far deeper, the rediscovery of who you truly are. You are not simply hustling for profit, you are stepping into the role of the chosen ones, carrying light into uncertain times. And as if to seal the message, the tarot card of the week calls you back to the core of your Sagittarian soul. Follow your dreams, follow your vision. Life is brief, visions are eternal. The card is not warning, but guiding, reminding you that this week you are being redirected not away from who you are, but back toward it. Back to your spirituality, your guiding light, the compass you sometimes misplace in the chaos of daily life. The archer's arrow always finds its mark when aligned with vision, and right now, the universe is whispering, trust where it's pointing you. The themes of this week weave together like threads in a larger tapestry, awakening and clarity, endings that make way for new beginnings, the wisdom hidden in serious encounters, liberation through sacrifice, and yes, that risky but rewarding financial door swinging open toward the year of triumph 2025. Alongside this is the rediscovery of talents that make you laugh at yourself, as if to say, how did I not know I could do this? Finally, you are nudged, perhaps gently, perhaps with the cosmic equivalent of a shove back toward your true vision. So, my dear Sagittarians, my advice as a longtime student of the stars and of human nature is simple: dare to take the leap, dare to trust your intuition, and above all, dare to enjoy your life. This existence is short, unpredictable, and astonishingly beautiful. Don't just walk through the week, dance through it, laugh through it, and let the universe surprise you with what grows from the seeds you've planted. If this message resonated with you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel, Zodiac Talks Tarot. Together, we'll continue to navigate the mysteries of the stars, the lessons of psychology, and the timeless wisdom of spirit. After all, the journey is richer when we walk it together.